Hello everybody, and hello thumbs down troll. I have been told you exist. Oh. Hang on. Don't worry, I'm intentionally on this screen at the moment. Need to remember which one is which. Where did I put my thingy? Oh no! I pulled my e-cig apart a little while ago and I'm having to put it back together right now on stream live because I am so very organized as always. Please, I hope that's the right battery. There we go. Well, that's a fantastic start, isn't it? That is a fantastic start. That can go up. There we go. Oh dear. Come on. I saw that's him. I'm having a good stream already. I'm having a good stream. Hello Chris, Sim, Kyle, Sam, NHF. Right, today we got the big boy out, the big M. Doing some mowing. We're gonna try and mow all the grass that I can find. Just to make sure that there's no fields that crash the game. If you try and mow them. So this is Selby Farm, for those of you who weren't here yesterday, and I saw a few of you here were. Hello Owen, and Tank Tor, and the mighty Flame Chicken. Sergeant Stupid. I think I saw the other Dave in here as well. There we go. Hello, Mr. G. Dal. You speak Irish. You don't need to speak Irish in here, guys. I prefer it in English. Hello, Fraser Page and Linus Erickson. Or Lanson. How did I call it? Why did I call you Erickson? I apologize, Linus. For causing you such great offense. I remember you from yesterday. I am terrible at name zones, so probably... Ow! Probably not. One thing you might notice is the money is suddenly higher than it was yesterday. Hello, GNS Plant Hire. I'm not going to say where I live in Ireland. I like having privacy. Money is suddenly higher than it was yesterday because I downloaded a couple of mods. One of them was the Amazon Pantera pack. Did I grow up in Ireland? Yeah. I've lived here pretty much all my life. Hello, Blash. How's Sham in here today? Hello, Blash. I do remember you, chicken. Duck. Chicken. I should say to you, chicken, I won't join your Discord because I've got enough Discords that I'm in. It's pain enough trying to keep up with some of the Discords that I'm in as it is. How don't I know Irish? Because nobody here knows Irish. Hello, Taylor Garrett. Hello, Brad. I'm doing good today, Brad. Thank you very much for asking. Hello, Chris. And Sam, I don't think I remember you. I hate being asked if I remember people because it's the answer is usually no. Hello, Jamie. Or J&P Air Contractors and Farming Man. Hello, Jesses. Asthmatic Hedgehog, yes. Mighty Flame Chicken is Mighty Flame Duck. You saw someone today, he looked exactly like me. It was not me, Kyle, because I have not left the house. German mods were beaten on the last... The German mods were best. Blage, that's kind of beside the point. The rules of the previous mod contest, and it looks like the rules of this mod contest as well, they were made in such a way that the German mod teams actually had an unfair advantage. Hello, Grassman, 123. Well, yes, people know Irish, but not many people know Irish. Just because two people know Irish doesn't mean everybody knows Irish. You love my videos, Taylor? Well, thank you. This isn't really a video, though. This is a stream. You like the beard. I like my beard, too. I need to do something to my beard. I found... That has collisions. It says live at 5. It's currently 5:05. I went live at 5 o'clock. Hello, Fahy. What is the interior like? It is, acceptable. It's quite okay. Not the greatest interior, and I've just realized this guy's advertising himself on the interior. It's not the greatest, but it's passable. Have I had a haircut? Hey, Eddie. Eddie with the generic question for whenever I tie my hair back. Because for whatever reason, whenever I tie my hair back, people think that I've got a haircut. I think they're trying to hint that I need a haircut, but I'm not getting one anytime soon. For some reason, my mic seems a bit quieter today. Did I just pass the entrance that I wanted to go down? Also, one thing that I genuinely dislike is there's a camera on the back end of this thing. Oh, there's a redone Big M? Could you potentially link it me on Discord, Sim? I would very much appreciate that. I think this is the way I need to take to get to the next grass field. Is this a new jumper? No, I've been wearing this for a few days because I'm terrible. Hello, Neil Davenport. You're new! Well, hello, Neil. Welcome along. Guys, if you are enjoying the stream, you do hit that like button. And if you're really liking the stream and you haven't done so yet, do hit that subscribe button as well, because I am planning on going live again tomorrow from the multiplayer server. I do that every Saturday and every Sunday. There's a grass field that I haven't mowed. How do I get to that? Oh, it's through another field. Neil, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Rainbow Dave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. Would it be sane to try and mow that? I'm thinking no. Yeah, I'm thinking definitely not a sane decision to try and mow that field. Where exactly am I on the map right now? Okay. Is there a grass field nearby that I can potentially mow? Yes. There you go. You have lots of silage on Sandy Bay. Yeah, basically one bunker of silage on Sandy Bay is all you'll ever need. I would guess the same is going to be true of this map. Although Lancey did say that he's taken a lot of the constructive points that I raised and taken them on board. So I don't exactly know what the clamps will be like in the future. Is Selby Farm released? No. This is... I forgot to put that into the title. Hang on. There we go. What I've just done is I've added WIP to the title. This is still a work in progress. Oh my god, have I created a big emsicle again? What exactly is this? Oh. Giant machine is stopped by Lemon Road sign. More on the main evening news at 6 PM. Yes, it does say GTX mods inside the screen, Sim. It actually, I think, says it. Does it say anything else? It's actually the GTX M Big M, which is a bit of a shame. Come on. This sign definitely has collisions. We're away again. Yeah, that's one of the rare occasions where I'll intentionally drive into a wall because it's probably the best thing to hit. No, don't turn on. No, that's the one I wanted to do. This. It has no collisions. Well, I'm going to go through the invisible gate. The ghost gate. Because I can't figure out where the actual entry point to this field is, and I can't be bothered going around. These are the guys that did the Profi opera. Oh, so this is the one that you're talking about. Yeah, it's properly done. It's just that they do have their own advertising kind of slathered all over it. You think I need to get a new steering wheel? I think the issue is driver error and not the wheel itself. It's an IBWC error. Idiot between the wheel and the chair. Hello, Fresh. Yeah, I tend to crash a lot. And guys, remember, I am the absolute expert on testing collisions. I will find every single collision on a map through trial and error. And I'll make sure that your map has the correct collision meshes. Because these fences definitely have collisions. Yeah, the music isn't pretty fitting, is it? There we go, that's something a bit better. Hello, Landy. What wheel do I have? A G27. Hello, Silver Gaming. There we go. Great combine? This is a really funny looking combine, Andre. Oh, there's the actual entrance to the field. So, apparently I wasn't supposed to go through the Ghost Gate. I was supposed to go through that gap there, but I went through the Ghost Gate instead. The way that I'm driving, that is the only music that can be played. Also, for some reason I feel like I'm laughing like Jimmy Carr today, and that disturbs me because I don't like Jimmy Carr all that much. I'm sure somebody's gonna get offended by that. But if you're gonna mow, you might as well use a big mower. My live chat's a bit broken. No, it's not. I don't see it being a bit broken. The chat is bugging. Oh, is it bugging? I don't have a backup chat is the thing. This is, like, the chat you're seeing on screen now is the backup chat. So it's the map. So this is the map in its entirety. I am on a bit of a grass spree today. I want to do some silage. So I am mowing like a madman. Basically finding all the grass fields, mowing the lot of them with the big M. Gonna do quite a bit of silage. I'm gonna do some hay as well, because there's a couple of mods I want to test out too, just for the hell of it. There we go. Use the smaller PDA or smaller map like that, so I can see where I am. Jimmy Carr fan easily offended. Well, you never know, Mark. You never really know with fans of anybody. When am I streaming? How long am I streaming? I will be streaming until 7 PM GMT. And then tomorrow we will be streaming from 2 PM GMT. Because it's multiplayer Saturday. And much the same as every weekend, we go onto this. We hop onto my dedicated server and see what madness happens. Hello, Kim. You only have 2 Sandy Bay pits full? No, I'll be fine creating my own. Glance and the Follow Me mod have updated today, by the way, guys, on Giants mod hub. So if you haven't updated those, you probably should. I will be updating Glance on the server tonight. Hello, New Holland man. We are doing good today. How are you doing today? I mean, I'm doing good just because I'm not long out of bed, and I actually managed to have a pot noodle and a cup of coffee and stream on time. Speaking of, let's put the cup up there so that's out of the way, just in case I need to use the front loader. Because we do still have potatoes to shift after yesterday's stream. Do I have a second channel? Not at the moment. And when I do create my second channel, I won't actually be publicizing it. I want to start fresh with the second channel. Just to see what happens. Because it'll be very, very different. I will basically be ignoring my own rules of family friendly, you know, games have to be family friendly, it has to be this, it has to be that. I'm gonna ignore all those rules and just go and see what happens. So, yeah. I made one ages ago. That one's pretty much dead. That was always only going to be a test bed. That was always intended as a test bed channel, just to see basically what the new YouTube rules were like. Is that a grass field that I've mowed already, or is that one that I'm yet to do? Oh, there's the Field of Madness. Okay, I actually know where I am. Yes, I woke up relatively early. I wouldn't say properly early, but relatively early. Oh, that's a thing. Might need to let Lancey know about that. Hello, Spitfire UK. How are you doing today? What happened? That one? This field? Or my old second channel? I just abandoned it. Am I going to play Thornton Farm when it comes out? Absolutely. I will absolutely be playing Thornton when it comes out. The Field of Madness. I'll show you the Field of Madness in a minute, AHF. If you watched this morning's video, you will have seen what the Field of Madness actually is. I'm doing good, thank you very much, Spitfire UK. The Field of Madness is a field you never want to work. Or I never want to work, anyway. Did I just see something blipping on my screen? Or was that my imagination going wild? Like Hulkamania. I should make a Rainbow Dave Snapchat? No, I don't go on Snapchat much. I mean, I don't do anything of interest that would be worthy of going onto any sort of social media. Literally, all I do after streams is hop on TeamSpeak for about 20 minutes, half an hour. Run for dinner, eat my dinner, hop back on TeamSpeak, and either play a game or work on my map. That's about it. Do I have Instagram? Yes, it should be in the description. Or !social in the chat will get you all the social links. Wow, yeah, chat's bugged. Hello, Jonathan Kenward. How are you doing today? I am potentially going to have to look up a third option for chat. What could I do? What could I do? What could I do? Oh, I know what I can do. I know what I can do. Let's try this again, but because this is XSplit, I can hit refresh. And hopefully, there we go. Ha! I love XSplit. I love XSplit sometimes. I completely forgot I could do that. I'm guessing you can't do that in OBS, the people who use that. So Landy and Sim. Because I know that's an issue on OBS. Play my stream, but mute it. What? I'm updating Glance on the MP server. Yes, I'll be doing that tonight, SK. I found out that it was updated literally about, what, 10 minutes before the stream. When I was going on a mod downloading spree. That's when I found out it was updated. This is a map which I'm making? No, this is by Lancyboi JMP. My own map is nowhere near this finished. Hide and unhide. Oh! There's actually a button in XSplit that says like refresh. There's a... You'll see chat if you play your stream but mute it. Sam Allen, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, I know what I know what he's talking about. You're talking about, like, with going onto the live page. We don't need to do that. There's actually a dashboard that we use. Hello, Mr. Leans. And yeah, Landy's been having issues trying to get that solution to work, Sim. I'm gonna say this again because I said it in the video this morning. The one thing I don't like about this big game is that you can only do the central swath deposit. Yeah, Sam, that's actually how I'm reading chat. I'm not looking through XSplit for chat. XSplit chat is so you guys can see it appearing on screen, which seems to just be a thing people like having. But I'm actually reading chat from the YouTube chat normally. But yeah, the chat on stream is number 1 when you're on full screen, and number 2 if you're watching the VOD, which is why I don't like it being annoying. This 1.3. Don't know what version this is, Sim. Hello, all that farming. How are you doing? I don't quite know what version this is. I think this might be 1.3. I'm not sure. I mean, I did test this twice before. I brought it onto this map. The first time I wasn't gone on the colours. Because this is colour selectable, by the way. And it looks atrocious in almost every colour. Landy streams tonight. Guys, will you leave Landy alone? If he's streaming tonight, he'll say he's streaming tonight. If not, meh. That's basically all I can say. Is like, if he's streaming tonight, I'd appreciate him letting me know so that I can send you guys over. But if he's not, so be it. If you can turn the swath off, it's 1.3. Crap, I'm using an old version. Does it do the triple swath then if it's on the other versions? Because that's what I'd like it to do. For, say, haymaking. This is perfect for silage. This is absolutely fantastic for, like, making silage. Because it's basically pre-windrowed. Thank you for letting me know that, Sim. Would have been very helpful if you'd watched my video this morning and let me know. But I don't expect anybody to watch the videos. I'd like people to. But especially with, especially with YouTubers, I don't expect people to watch the videos. I don't expect him to. Sometimes I'll ask him for a reason, or for one reason or another, to watch a video. Like, if there wasn't a great difference in streams, I was asking him to watch this morning's video because that was the first one I recorded with the Yeti, but the quality in streams is so much better that it doesn't matter too much. PTO extended, you can... Oh my god, why would you want that? 34 likes? We're going for 50. YouTube is derping. When is... Mr. Linz, when isn't YouTube derping? Hello, Farmer Wannabe. You, I believe, are new. I don't recognize your name. Unless you've changed your name from being somebody else, in which case you're probably not new. But you might still be new. Who knows? It is a mystery. You watch all my videos? Well, you barely put out videos of your own, Eddie. I'm kidding. I kid. Is GPS for PC only? Yes, Jonathan. That is a script. You are new, Farmer Wannabe. So I just confused everybody for no reason. That's good. You're new since 3 days. Well, you're not new if you're 3 days old, dude. Again, I kid. But everybody's welcome here. Did I actually turn something off that I shouldn't have? I might have turned something off that I shouldn't have on the stream. You guys never want to see my XSplit window because it's just an absolute cluster of nonsense. Hello, hard worker 8340. How are you doing today? None of the model farmers have showed up yet. I don't think any of the model farmers have. So I'm using the basic box standard version of this thing. And it's an old version at that, so don't take anything you see here as representative of the new version of the Big M. Also, don't take anything you see on the map being representative of the final version. The quality, yes, but the actual details, some of them can and will change. Lancey has said he's changing details. So, things can and will change. And already have, from what I've been told. You're playing Farm Sim. Fresh, you never work anyway. It doesn't make much of a difference. So, I'll bring you guys over to the Field of Doom. Or, what did I call it? Insanity Field. I'll show you guys why it's called Insanity Field. You can tell the fields that we're in when Lancey was creating this back in the Giant Setter 6 era. Because they've magically turned into potatoes. So, Insanity Field is over here. And let's just get around this corner somewhat safely. There we go. My boy, you spend close to 3 hours playing. Yeah, you're a farmer, Jonathan. Awesome. And hello, Matthew Lane. So, what on earth is going on downstairs? Insanity Field should be over here somewhere, but it's not. I appear to have lost it. That has some rather large hills in. I don't think you want to be mowing that. I must be in a different area of the map than what I thought. But here is another field we can mow. It's a small one, so it shouldn't take too long. If you're wondering why I'm just going around the map in a big M mowing everything, it's because I want a buttload of silage. I want to try and fill a bunker and see how much that is. Hello, Irish lad and Etho. How's Fatty Spuds? Some of them are still in the field. There we go. You know, if you ever hear two Irish people talking in basically Irish slang, it just becomes a non-English language. It becomes a secondary English. Scrack grand. Grand yourself and top. What? What's the ska? What's the story? The Irish is a very weird language. Even Irish English. Or English Irish. So this is... I need to mark this area on the map, but there's no way to mark things on the map. I wish Giants put in... This is a dangerous way to be mowing, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. I'm just going to go right up to the edge of the water here with the Big M. The £250,000 piece of equipment. Can I fit through here? Well, that's a resounding no. The Big M is too big for the... Well, yeah, I know that. After ping-ponging my way around the map earlier this week, I know the Big M is too big for the map. The reason I'm using it is for efficiency's sake. I want to test as many fields as I think should be mowed as possible. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. And we didn't die. Great success. Wexford's in its own language. So does Tip. So does Waterford. There we go. But this is intentionally too big for the map. Some of the equipment I'm using is intentionally too big for the map. I'm trying to idiot-proof it. So if I can get stuff that's too big around the map, nobody can complain. The only thing that I'm not going to use that is just way too big for the map is a Challenger 900. Because that's just insanity levels. Mowing by the river, I am begging for this thing to fall into the water by doing that. Like, I am just saying, hey, look at this lovely water. I'm going to break things. Cork is his own language. Yeah, most counties have their own forms of English. I know a decent bit of Cork English. In real life, it's not a dangerous angle. It is in Farm Sim because Farm Sim physics. And my driving. When you combine Farm Sim physics with my driving, you're just asking for trouble by going at any sort of angle. What about the T9? I think that's too big as well. Realistically, I think you'd want at most a Challenger 700 on the map. Like, I've chosen vehicles and equipment that I think is kind of end-gamey stuff for the map. I might swap out the Cedar for the Amazon Condor. That's... You know, I might swap out the Cedars for the biggest stuff in the game, just to see how that works out. Because I'm not playing this as kind of a let's play style. I'm playing this as a, let's test this map and see how much I can break. Do I have a driver's license? Looking at my driving, do you think I've got a driver's license? Like, seriously, Sam? Just gonna do another headland there, so that I don't ram into stuff. And there we go. Truth of the matter is, I've driven a grand total of about 3 times in real life. When am I next streaming? Tomorrow. Well, right now, Jonathan, but tomorrow. There we go. Yeah, I don't have a driving license. And that's probably for the best. I make that joke. I am actually a really cautious driver. The only reason that I'm such a bad driver in Farm Sim is because I'm always doing like 6 things at once. Why don't you just drive into the river if you want to fall in? I don't want to fall in, that's the thing. Hello, farming gamer. And TD aggravates. You're stirring slurry at the moment. That must smell delicious. Hello, Darren Clinton. Did I attempt to get one? No. To cut that long story short, I lived in the UK for 3 years and didn't see the need to get a license while I was living there. And that was during the period that I would have got a license if I was studying in Ireland. And that's not even a, you know, oh, if I was studying in Ireland I might have applied for a license. No, it's absolutely would have, because I would have been studying about an hour down the road and it would have made sense for me to be able to drive. Just even from the point of view of, well, saves my parents coming to collect me every weekend. Or every second weekend or whenever, and then I'd be able to drive home and just go like, hey, here's some laundry, do this for me please. Hello, Aaron Fahy. Fahy's Aaron named cousin. Hello, Ben Green. Please follow in, it would be funny. It'd only be funny if I did it unintentionally. Like, that's the thing, is things like that are only funny if it happens by mistake. There's no fun in it happening intentionally. I know I do some crazy stuff intentionally, but some of the stuff that I do is genuine mistakes. Which way leads to more grass? This way. Hello, Laserbeam. Not a whole lot. And JK Gaming. Hello. How is Tip? Tip is good. I look out my window, I see rain. It's quite rainy today by the looks of it. But I can't really see out my window because the box for the Yeti is in the way. Let's see. Where haven't I been? Where haven't I been? Where haven't I been? There is a field up by the animals, a rather large one by the looks of it that hasn't been done. Your slurry doesn't really smell. You put slurry bugs in. You've been at since yeah. Being at something like that since 10 AM would be quite boring, I would imagine. Do I ever get bored by Farm Sim? Sometimes, but that's why I change maps so often. General rule is if I get bored of a map, I stop playing it. So the maps that are on the channel right now, unless something spectacular comes out, will be on the channel for the foreseeable future. How do I get down to that field over there then? Can't be that way. There you go. Pit tip calls on this map. I haven't had a look at it. Haven't tested them yet. That's actually why I'm doing so much mowing. is I want to test the tip calls, but I'm going to need... What do I think of the Yeti? It's brilliant. I just keep forgetting to unmute it when I go on TeamSpeak. As the guys will be so quick to tell you, I show up on TeamSpeak, I'm silent for about 10 minutes. Then they'll point out that I'm not talking, and I'll unmute the mic and just say, "Oh crap, I've forgotten to unmute my mic again." Or something along those words, something along those terms, usually with much stronger words. Rain in East Cork? Hello, Dan. Poor Sim's back in Plymouth. Back in the land of the webbed feet and three-legged women. Alright, where is the... Oh, here's the entrance to this field. Oh, this is quite a large... This is a field that you might need a big M on. Map looks great. Yeah, this is a great map. I mean, all props to Lancyboi. He has made an absolutely stunning map. Hello, Stormwinner. Guys, if you are enjoying the stream today, do hit that like button. If you are new and you haven't done so already, do hit that subscribe button as well. I do try and stream 5 times a week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's daily videos. And I should say that the stream archives, I've decided on a time to put them up. They will be going live at the end of every stream. So the archive from the previous day will be going live at the end of the next day's stream. So yesterday's archive will be going up and uploaded and ready. It is ready to go already. It is going up at the end of today's stream. Is Lancyboi a new map maker? No, darn. He's been around since FS15. If you played on Little Town or Riding Estates, they were both Lancyboi's maps. This is just this first foray into FS17 mapping, and it is really good. Open the map a sec. There we go. So we are over at the far east of the map, west of the map. We're in the United States of the map right now. What is my ultimate sub goal for the end of this channel? What? You mean what would I say the channel has achieved all of its goals at? 100k. 100,000 subscribers. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to get a play button. But if I got 100k, I wouldn't stop. I'd keep going. What map is this? This is Selby Farm Estates. It says so in the title and the thumbnail and the descriptions. Looks nice. It does look nice. It is very pretty. I mean, most of what you see is playable. Hello, Timothy Lester's. What tractor do I like the most, Aaron? Massey 135. Need to put that as like an FAQ, just... Or exclamation mark Massey or something. This is a very, very nice map. Very fun to play. Very fun to play on. Because it is wide open in the fields, but the roads are super tight. So you can have big equipment. Getting it around the map is a challenge. I like that. But once you get into the fields, you're usually pretty good to go. I'm going to have to fiddle seasons, I've just realised. This could break things. I'm going to have to make longer seasons. This could break things very quickly and very easily. Go to 9-day seasons. There we go. Yep, it's changed the lighting. It's probably changed the weather. Yeah, not a good out of my head. Everyone help Dave get a play button? That would be appreciated, Sam. If everybody who watched subscribed, I'd probably have a lot more subscribers. But some people just don't like the content. Some people turn up to troll. Hello, Mike. Well, what I've just done is I've upped the number of days per season because I wasn't going to get all the mowing done today and all the silage done today and all the crop work done today. And it just wasn't going to work out quite as much as I'd like. It was just going to end up with me mowing grass that had already been mowed. And getting stuck in the vicious circle of the grass needs mowing, but it's already mowed, but it needs mowing. So I think this is going to be the last field we'll mow, and then we'll bring out the big X. Lexa Gaming, you asked that question yesterday. You get the same answer as you did yesterday. This is a work in progress map. Don't ask for a download link. You asked that exact same question yesterday. Because I remember you asking it. Don't ask for download links to maps that aren't out yet. And don't... you know, sometimes I do remember people. And it's usually for the wrong reasons. Also, hello, lurking mod. When a mod decides to lurk but still mod, they are just a lurk mod. They're the best kind of mods, because they're the most dangerous. Mango, you're not new. I remember you from a few days ago. I actually want to see what Lexu Gaming said. Yeah, you can't get WIP map links unless you're testing it. That's... like... number one, I'm showing it off, but number two, I am actually trying to break the map. I'm actively trying to break the map. Because if I can break it, it means somebody else can break it, and that's a problem. You were new, that's more like it, Mango. And hello, Dara Lam, how are you doing today? It's one of the privileges that gets offered to YouTubers is the opportunity to play maps before they're actually out, and it's something that's quite new to me still. It's kind of amazing. I have to admit, it's still kind of humbling to be asked by a map maker to show off and promote their map while testing it. Something that I don't think I'll get used to anytime soon. And it is something that I think catches a lot of people who start getting maps off guard. Is like, this is a new map by, it's coming, it's not out yet. Why are you muted? Oh, I know why. Am I smoking? Nope. E-cig. I'm vaping, yo. I'm quitting smoking, Sam. And don't get offended. I don't get offended. Hello, Massey Fergie boy. How are you doing today? Good, I hope. I do remember you from Discord Spins Night. And yeah, Laser, you were putting a timeout. I know why. There's reasons. Also, why would I get offended if somebody asked me if I'm smoking? Like, if I am smoking, then I'm not going to get offended because I'm smoking. If I'm not smoking, I'm not going to get offended because it looks like I'm smoking. Do all the questions about release dates not annoy me? A small bit, yeah. Darn, I'm not going to lie, they do annoy me a small bit, but I've got to remember that as things stand, and from what Lancy's been telling me, I'm one of only 2 people in the world that have this map. Like, this is the only copy of the map that is not on Lancyboi's computer, from what he's been telling me. And that's something that I have to actively remember. Because it is... I've been through 2 years where I've had, you know, everybody's been able to get the maps, and it's a case of, oh yeah, the link's in the description. This is one of these maps where there is no link. The link is... the only link that exists was the one that I was given to download it directly from him. One of them's the wrong way. Massey Lover, I've had a Rolo before. I kid you not, there was no caramel in it. It was just the, like the circular bit at the top. There was no bottom and no caramel. It was just a bit of chocolate. It was really weird. So I think after this, we will grab the Big X and get some... I know I said I wouldn't, but I'm going to. Until all it is Friday, everybody is happy. Everybody likes Fridays, and I don't know why. It's just another day of the week. Like for me, in terms of streaming, it's kind of hump day. It's like a Wednesday for most people. Like Monday and Tuesday, yeah, I do record videos, but it's kind of a lot more... I'm not limited as much by time, because the streams, I kind of have to do things at certain times and all that kind of stuff. And there's a bit more stress. Just a bit, because there's obviously time limits. But, you know, it's a bit different. You're happy because you can stay up until 2 AM and no school till Monday. Well, that's a good reason to be happy. You like Wednesday this week because it's your... What? Chicken? I don't... That was... Yes? Maybe? I have no idea what you mean. You want a roller now? I'm sorry, Mango. Hey, VF. Train time, I'm guessing. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, but I know that 90% of the time when I get that little tickle in my nose, I'm not gonna sneeze. I am, however, coming down with a small touch of a cold, so I might be a bit sniffly for a little bit. Kian, thank you for creating that, that command. I'm guessing you went into Discord and did that. What are my views? Oh, that's a good question, Private Price. What are my views on the way FS17 is going, and what mods would I like to see? In terms of mods, I'd love to see Massey 135, clearly. What are my thoughts on the way FS17 is going? I think Giants are trying to cater to more people at once, which can stand to them and can stand against them. I don't like the Big Bud DLC. Genuinely don't like it. I can see why Giants are doing it. I will be buying it regardless. I don't like it because it doesn't fit the UK and Ireland style of farming that I usually do. On the flip side, if you play on American maps, and I'll probably try and shoehorn an American map onto the channel at some point, although I can use the Big Bud 747. If you use that, then Mini Eggs, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Rainbow Dave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. If you play on American maps primarily, then the Big Bud 747 and the Big Bud pack is going to be stuff that you'll use. As for the way that it's going in general, I think development-wise, Giants are moving forward nicely. I think the community is in need of some life support, because certain elements seem to be taking over, and they're very negative elements of the community that seem to be just cropping up and taking over. And yes, Massey Lover, that's the thing. The mod contest got announced today, and I'm gonna just... This is still kind of along the same lines. The mod contest got announced today. I'll be following that very closely, because the last mod contest, there was a bit of controversy. And I've actively called it rigged in the past, I will call it rigged once again. The rules for the mod contest were skewed in favor of German modders. They had a slightly different set of rules that they were working under. Now I'll have to look for the German rules at some point. And I have tweeted at Giants, and VF saw this. I have tweeted at Giants asking them, are the rules the same for everybody this time round? They won't get back to me, and I know they won't get back to me. But the last mod contest was mired in controversy because the rules were slightly different for German modders. It was effectively rigged. And I'm going to call it now, because I know that it's probably going to happen. The winners of the 2017 mod contest are going to be BM Modding. Again. For the 4th or 5th time in a row. They replied to me? Did they? I didn't get any email. Hang on, I'm gonna have to check Twitter real quick on my phone. I don't doubt you, VF, but I want to see what they said. I want to see if this is true. Where's Twitter? Where's the little birdie? Did I delete Twitter off my phone? I must have deleted Twitter off my phone. Well, that would explain why I didn't get any notification, but it still would have given me an email. Hello, Pedro. I'm just going to check Twitter real quick, so I'm going to bop that a couple of times. Where's me Twitter? Follow the link and find out for yourself. That doesn't answer my question, though. The reply they gave doesn't answer my question. I'm gonna go on to the German rules later on tonight and clarify it for myself if the rules are actually the same for people. I am genuinely surprised the Giants replied. So hello, Tom. Tom, how do you not have mod? What did they say? They basically said go on to the link that they sent in the tweet originally and find out for yourself. Which doesn't actually answer the question because I was asking about the rules for German modders. And the rules that are in that link are the English language rules. I want to look at the German language rules. And I'm going to Google Translate to see what exactly they are. So there's one more field that I want to mow here. There we go. Hello again, Chris. You went and ran away for a bit. Just gonna do something real quick. Where is he? There we go. We're gonna have one more spanner. There we go. There we go. Oh, the mod train going on now. I may have too many spanners, but most of them are just people, so that I can. Most people who have mod are just people, so that they stand out and chat. There we go. 2 subs to 4,400. Sam, do you understand how maths works? Because 2,238 plus 2 is not 4,400. Or 4,338 even. You'll take a look? Oh, I can look for myself, Josh, but thank you. 55 people watching and 50 are mods. I do have, I think, roughly 50 moderators, actually. You can read German. Ah, very good. Could you look at the English language rules as well, Josh? And, because I can read German as well. It's just a case of comparing the specific rule regarding entries. And then there's Dan. Well, then there's Dan, and then there's Pedro, and there's Fahy. And, yeah. Hello, James Preston. How are you doing? And like Farming Gamer said, I would very much appreciate it if I didn't hit every single hedge on the map. Come on. Come on, big game. There we go. I would very much appreciate if people did like the stream and hit that subscribe button as well. Nightbot dead again today. It shouldn't be. What did you do? You're a moderator, Pedro. You moderate the chat big time. Did I find it? Yeah. It didn't answer my question though, VF. Because my question was with regards to the German language rules versus the English language rules, and they answered a question just saying, "Hey, look at the rules." That's not answering the question. Pedro's half listening. He's probably in the division or something again, and just like la 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 la. Hello, the King Gaming. How are you doing today? That's VF's command. Actually, I think VF's custom Discord command will work in here as well. Try the at work command. Hello, Rio the Gamer. Well, we're working on it at least. You're looking at the rules. Ah. Did you look at them in English and German, Pedro? Dan is actually usually the good cop compared to Pedro. So for all of you who are scared of Dan, Pedro's the bad cop. He's just not usually around. Dan will give you a timeout and a warning. Pedro will not. What happened? The Ford command. I got rid of that a long time ago, Sam. I'm doing good to King Gaming, and yeah, like Pedro said, he doesn't give warnings. He will just up and ban people. There's not even timeout. It's usually a straight up ban if Pedro's doing it. The same with me, to be quite honest. Like Dan is usually the good cop, because if I have to tap out a game... Yeah, the Visit Fent is back. There's also a horse-specific one that you might be interested in, Pedro. I said Pedro likes me. That was more a prank I was playing on Pedro, Mango. Entry rules are the same this time around. Very good, Josh. Welcome back, Asthmatic Hedgehog. And for everybody wondering, yes, my favourite tractor is the Massey Ferguson 135. You can tell I didn't write that because there's no capitals. Whenever I write a command, everything is like perfectly... Yeah, BM have to be sick of that plant. Because they've been around it every single time. Like, they've been around almost every plant in Europe at this point. Because they went to New Holland last year. I mean, it must be nice to be a member of BM Modding, because you get to go to all the plants, but at the same time... and they're getting a drone this year as well, and get to propose a DLC. Which is pretty cool. I might actually start pushing hard on Dinesk. And see if I can't enter it into the mod contest. That'd be pretty cool if I could. If I could enter my map into the mod contest, that'd be kind of sweet, actually. Hello, Agrovidia CZ. Welcome back. I remember you from yesterday. Sometimes I remember people, sometimes I don't. But I would very much like to enter the mod contest at the very least. If I could. But Pedro, that's kind of missing the point. The 4th of June. The 4th... Do you know what, Massey? How does that compare with my timeline at the moment? So it's February right now, we got 4 months. It's March, April, May, June. We got about 3 months. Can I finish the map in 3 months? And get it tested? The testing would be like a month. Can I finish the map in 2 months? If I possibly could. It really depends on how the sectors 2 and 3 of the map go, though. If the Corona Ultima is in the mod contest again, it should not win. It probably will win because BM modding, but it shouldn't. Also, for those of you who were wondering what on earth I was just muttering to myself about, don't rush it. I'm not going to rush it. Good lord, am I not going to rush it. I'm going to push hard. I'm going to see if I can get it done in time. But if it's not tested by the... Well, yeah, that... Fai's kind of nailed it, is... If I just worked on my map instead of editing tractors and playing around with stuff, I think I could get it done and get into the mod contest. However, I'm not going to rush it. I'm not going to enter an untested map. I'm not going to just get the map done and say, hey, that's good, then we can go. Have I tried ETS2? Yes, I'm actually waiting, by the way. VF, I'd be more than happy to help you with the map and the mod. However I can. The map, I can show you some cool scripts that... Pretty much, Mike. Pedro's entering his map too. I think the trip is for like 3 or 4 people, so if we all enter our maps, it increases our chances of winning, so we can basically rig the mod contest. Right. What I want to do now is... By the way, this is the Amazon Pantera. I've literally downloaded it. I have no idea how it works. What I want to do now is I need to move the class out of the way. We could try and rig the mod contest so one of us wins the mapping prize. Now I'm doing what I hate. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to push hard. I'm not going to rush anything. If I think... And Pedro will actually actively tell you this. I don't rush the map. I will never rush the map. I have never rushed the map, and I never will. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be cheeky here. I'm going to buy... let's get a man truck. In green, yellow, John Deere colours. If you're wondering why I've suddenly got £1 billion, it's so that I can... This is basically me cheating the game. Because I want to test silage and I don't want to spend like half the week. 56,000, 59,000. Well, that's clearly the better bet. I don't want to spend, you know, ages building the money up to get the silage made. It's just a case of I want silage, I want it now. So that's... Once you get focused on something, you tend not to be... I am the exact opposite, VF. Once I get focused on something, literally anything can take my attention away. I rushed the moped. The moped was a joke, Dan. You know the moped was a joke. I still haven't fixed it, by the way. I still haven't retextured it. So I need to get to one of the grass fields. I'm actually going to go up by the shop and work my way down. Actually, what I want to do is I want to go up to the cow farm. What's the quickest way up there? Actually, be this way. I want to go up to the cow farm and start working in that area first. Seems like a lot on the commercial. Yeah, there's a lot of prizes that are like almost all the prizes include a commercial DLC proposal, which is interesting. VF, I think that might be my issue too. What is the new multiplayer map? It is Sandy Bay. Oh, for the series with Sim and Pedro, or Sim and Fahy, and Secret Person number 3. That shall remain a secret. That is a secret map. Because it's going to be a WIP, a work in progress map as well. And we get rushed enough about the map that it annoys us. I don't want the map maker getting rushed to get the map finished so that we can get the series out. Yes, Sam, I am about to start chopping, and Rio's going to be very happy. Oops. Hello, Ford. My map. Do you know what, Pedro? That is actually a plan. I believe Sim said the same about his map. Is we're going to put it into the MP series and actively break it. But that's what I want to do myself anyway. Is get it into the MP series or onto a server, get a few trusted people in, and break the map. Get time for friends and modding capabilities so they come with all the things. Don't need to. Ooh. Why is that John Deere? This isn't a John Deere. This is a truck. It's in John Deere colours, or not Massey colours. Pretty much with all our maps, we're going to upload them into the multiplayer series. So spoiler alert, my map is going to be one of the multiplayer maps that myself, Sim and Fahy play on. Fahy's map is going to be a map that myself, Sim and Fahy play on. Sim's map is going to be a map that myself, Sim and Fahy play on. And the super secret person number 2 will be, or number 3 will be playing on as well. Secret person 3 is not Dad. Try not to jackknife. I'm doing my best. Hope there's a Massey pack, the 20165. Oh, the old Fergies would be nice. The TE20s. I'd love them in the game. And yeah, Dan doesn't do series. He just kind of shows up occasionally. In fact, he is making a map for it. As am I, as is Pedro, as is Sim. We're all working on map making because we're curious about how it works. And personally, myself, is my MP server open? It should be Massey. I've seen that it's crashed a few times, and that's kind of concerning. I have updated the SOB wrapper on there, so just be aware of that. Hello, the farming Kyle Hay. Guys, if it is not Tom X55 Sab. Since when am I making that? I'm pretty good at farming. I am most definitely not Braden. You have clearly not been watching any of my stuff. I ain't gonna pretend that I'm good. You have clearly not watched any of my videos, Braden. Right, let's get this on to follow me. And let's get an offset going into the big X. Power up, and away we kind of go. Do I want to pull that forward a bit? Yes. There. I've been making it for like a year or so now. Sim's been working on a map for quite a while. Fahy's been working on his for a little bit. Pedro's been working on his for a little bit. Oh dear. Hello, Mark. Well, Fahy, I've already told you, you can come down here and literally use my internet when you need to upload the map. Is it Silver? It's not Silver. I'm not gonna tell you who it is. But Fahy, you're more than welcome to come down and visit and borrow my internet and chill out for a day when you want to upload the map. Because your internet just will not be able to do it. Mine, it'll take like an hour. Possibly. At most. There we go. Very few people get that offer, by the way. By the way. So don't expect me to offer to everybody to come visit me. Fahy I know, and have him on Facebook so he knows my real name and all that kind of stuff. And, oh god! Seriously? Let's actually flip this around so that I'm turning in kind of the right direction. There we go. And here's Ultra Polka. I didn't think about that corner, did I? Right, I'll have to figure out a way to get around that later on. There we go. We'll have to harvest the whole map for Fahy's internet to do it. Pretty much. And it, like, Fahy lives probably 2 or 3 hours away from me. it would actually be quicker for him to come down here for a full day than to try and rules seem the same and translated. Aha! Well done, Giants. They have got around their own idiocy. What's Ultra Poke? It's the song that's currently playing for it. There we go. We might get a full trailer of grass out of this field. And before anybody says, Dave, why are you doing this? It's so unrealistic. I have seen farmers do this with this exact equipment as well. Big X 580, man truck, big trailer of bigness. Doing a silage harvest. You love the music, Kyle? Awesome. If you don't hear a song, you're probably not listening on a decent volume. I'm blaming the man truck for that. And I've just realised that I could have... they do it in Cork. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Pedro. There's a farmer in Cork that does it. Alright. By the way, Sim, if you're still here, I don't know if you are. If you are, you're probably lurking, and I would guess in TeamSpeak probably. Control X is now the swap sides for follow me. And it's just occurred to me there. And now I've got the truck stuck. There we go. I've got to try and pull a U-turn on this road here. Magnifico. Magnifico. Yeah, trucks are usually... Yeah, like Fahy said, trucks are usually a long draw. Long draw vehicle, but it is... It isn't uncommon. I should remove Ultra Pocket. No, because you guys like it too much. There we go. Hello, Welsh gaming guys. How are you doing today? And guys, if you are enjoying the stream today, do hit that like button. Do hit subscribe. I'm hoping to get at least 50 likes. You do it with him. Oh dear. Oh, hang on a second. I'm gonna have to have words with Lancy about this. This silage bunker is gonna be problems. Don't think he's quite aware that they have to be perfectly flat now. When will the stream be done? In almost an hour. It's at 60. Well, we'll go for 100 then. I didn't know that, Pedro. We'll go for 100 likes then. Seeing as we've already hit the goal number 1, we'll go for 100. Let's go for the stretch goal. Now we're having some chill country music for some reason. Half decent map mods. Well, you got Sandy Bay, you've got Coldborough, you got Chellington, you got Kleinhow, Fichtelberg, Losberg. There's a few good maps out there in the world. I hear people talking downstairs. I'm wondering what's going on. Ooh. See the farming cat, hey? Enjoy whatever it is you gotta go do. And hello, John Deere lover. There's gonna be an argument. What happened to Court Farms? Sitting here last I know was fixing it. Just gonna make that a bit farther like that. Last I know sitting here is working on fixing the map. For you it's 8 likes, Sam. I keep getting this little thing popping up on videos. Do you think YouTube counts likes accurately? No. No, not at all. Because it doesn't update on like 90% of stuff ever. Hello, Pez B. This is my usual stream time, Pez, and I've just run the man truck into the pylon. Can he fix it? Nope, he's made it worse. Ford, if you don't like those maps, that's your own problem. He has in fact made it worse. What an idiot. Right, where's the man truck here? Merlot, Corona, TGS. How did you even manage that? There we go. Go for 10,000 likes. I think that's like a monthly average for the channel is about 10,000 or something like that. There's that comments. It's funny that YouTube counts comments as being like per stream. Every stream message is a comment. So some of these streams have like 5,000 or 6,000 comments, and it looks hilarious. In fact, I think the channel has more comments than it does views, because of the way YouTube counts them. I also believe, and I'm not 100% sure, that Lancey may change this to be FS17 spec grass. So let's try this. Control X and hold. Shift X and hold. Shift X and hold. Oh, it works! So, same if you're here, hold Shift X when you, you idiot. When you want to change what direction the the follower is going in. And, it will alternate. If you push it, it does something else. Can't remember what something else is. It removes the offset. That's what just pressing it is. Which is really useful if you're going to a field. So you can turn the offset off on the road and actually have it just follow behind. So actually, I want you on the other side. Don't drive, you absolute mung bean. Hello, Hazard lad. It's probably the same people commenting. It tends to be, yeah. Shoot. Hello, Master Messy Scooby. Oh, Hazard Lad Gaming, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Rainbow Day Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. You gonna do something logical for once, or you go to the exact side that I didn't want to go to, aren't you? And Arnus, hello, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Rainbow Day Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. Oh. John Deere Lover, that's fine. I mean, actual farming kind of comes above virtual farming in the list of important things at the moment. Shift X. So what I can do, though, is I can be smart. And, how far behind are you now? 10 meters, that's good. How's life with me? Life is good if... Don't hit me! If follow me would actually work correctly, it'd be even better. There we go. Where's the entrance to this field? Before I start doing anything. It's off up there. I'm gonna go down to the convenience field. Stuck in the gate! Absolute genius! Hello, Ernest, and GoPro. Whenever you try and join the Discord, when I'm in, you can't hear me. Interesting, Fraser. Or Fraser. I don't know why. Epic Gamer, hello. Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Rainbow Day Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. Love my vids, keep it up. Oh, thank you very much, Epic. Always nice to hear people enjoying the videos. You are properly stuck, aren't you? You absolute moron. Why don't I use the new on furniture? Simple answer, asthmatic or Hitchcock. I prefer the Big X. What's my favorite tractor in real life? It is the Massey 135. What map are we on? Check the title, GoPro. Personally, people all been parked behind each other and stuck like them how they used to be. Yeah, I don't mind. Do what you want with them. I'll only care tomorrow when I'm on the server. There we go. It's funny how I managed to free it immediately. Do I do any real farming? Not really, no. These follow me drivers, I think, are all drunk. I'm pretty sure they're all drunk. I mean, considering how insanely I usually drive, and I'm a better driver than them, can I drive like a normal person? What do you mean? I'm relatively normal, Epic. If you mean, but can I drive like a certain YouTuber with 200,000 subscribers and absolutely no creativity whatsoever? No. I won't drive like him. Used to have a 135 Rush Gaming, guys. Awesome. I had a Modern 15 that was 135, but it was an absolute disaster in terms of quality. I'm gonna just start giving a different answer, and most of them won't be tractors. What's your favorite tractor? Nike. What's your favorite tractor? The Falcon 9. What's your favorite tractor? Pluto is a planet. I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna give a completely random answer every time people ask. The AI mimicking my driving exactly. No, because I didn't get stuck on the fence that time round. See, look, perfect turn. The AI just gets confused. Real the game or game on? Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Rainbow Day Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. Please don't do it yesterday. I'm on live stream where all people are all gonna be the same. Oh no, I wasn't moaning yesterday, dude. I said something that I've been... How do I put it? I said something that I've been wanting to say for a while, but in saying it, it is a big risk. It is a big risk saying what I said yesterday. And for those of you who are wondering what on earth I said yesterday, the stream VOD will be going up after this stream. I said something that I've been called brave and I've been called stupid for saying. Time will tell which of those I actually am. But I don't regret saying it. Favorite tractor is the 8340. That's pretty cool too, Epic Gamer. Dave, what's my favorite tractor? The Falcon 9 Rocket. Falcon 9 Heavy specifically. That is a great tractor. Hello, Grakian. Pedro language. Just because I can. There you go. Hello, Charlie Plays. How are you doing? Where's Expert gone? There's a lot of people agree with what I said. There's 200,000 people say that I'm wrong. And I've been told that I've been told I was brave because it's what a lot of people are thinking but don't want to say. Especially on YouTube. I'm not going to name names and have people who think that as well, but other YouTubers have approached me and said that what I said yesterday was 100% true, but really brave to actually admit it. Like, there's, you know, some people say, oh, if you come out as gay on YouTube, that's a really brave thing to do. No, it's not. You're just trying to milk subscribers. What I did yesterday was brave. Because I know I know that I'm running the risk of basically having my channel implode as a result. Am I using the Seasons mod? Yes, I am, Charlie. Is my brother Jake Ball? No. I have never heard of Jake Ball. Hello, Charlie Miller. How are you doing? WRU player. No. I don't have any Welsh relatives. Well, I do, but the last one that I know of was hanged for murder in like the 1700s. So I'm guessing there's a few Welsh people in today. There's all the talk of Wales. Asthmatic, I'm not going to repeat it right now, but I will probably make a video repeating my points. Which is a really dumb decision, but I'm going to do it. That looks kind of concerning right there. It is kind of going into the wall right now. And hello, plane under the map. I love going into wireframe mode because you get to see stupid stuff like that. You're half Welsh, Rio? Awesome. The red YouTuber beginning with D. Yep. Pretty much Hedgehog. You can guess. Am I on Facebook? Yes, I'm not going to give up my Facebook account because it is personal. Very few people actually have it. I'm gonna need a wheel loader. Just because I rarely use this thing, I'll use the New Holland. Because I usually end up getting JCB wheel loader. Silage fork, because that's the easiest piece of machinery to use. Stop that. Grab this. Can I go over to the plane? I probably could, Dan. You play Farm Sim on PS4. Very cool, Charlie. I should mention, guys, that due to rampant abuse by a subsection of console gamers, most of the consoles are in fact blacklisted here. Do I have a Rainbow Day one? Yes, I do. It's in the description. You're sub to him. Have you noticed the same trends I have, Asthmatic or Hedgehog? That certain people's thumbnails have suddenly been reappearing on his channel, or something very similar to certain people's thumbnails. Oh, it's this way I wanted to go. Okay, so if I were to go this way, even entire video ideas, and I will be stealing one or two things off him that I already thought up but not put into action, which sucks. There's one thumbnail that I got really angry at the other day because it was something that I was planning on doing but just never got around to because I couldn't find a good enough mod. What social media do I have? It's just above you there, Charlie Plays. I've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Steam. They're the only four that I'll really use publicly. Everything else is pretty private. All my personal stuff is private because I'm a very kind of quiet, private person. So let's get this silage clamped a bit. And I will fast forward time very soon. We've got about half an hour left in the stream. And I'll encourage you guys once again to like and subscribe, because more subscribers we have, well, the more likes we have, the more likely it is new people will come and see the channel in the first place, which means that it will continue to grow. Will I be your best friend? I know. Fun little fact, I'm not a very friendly person. I tend to be very quiet and shy and reserved, so I tend not to actually be a very friendly person, and even the guys on TeamSpeak will admit that. They'll openly admit that sometimes I'll be silent for hours. Can I do logging? I will be doing some logging eventually. Right now the priority is getting some silage done, because I want to test these pits. I do have some concerns about them. I want to see how close I can get to the back without causing issues. Which is why I'm now in the wheel loader. Should probably use my joystick for this, shouldn't I? Also, don't be worried, I'm not angry, this is just my concentration face. Alright, I'm gonna grab my joystick real quick, so bear with me a second. What is the map? This is... the map is in the title. This is Selby Farm Estates by Lancyboi. It is his new map. It is not yet released, but it will be coming to PC and console in the future. Can I play with Simulate and Fahy? I will be doing that in the future as well, Rio. The multiplayer is on a hold until the map we will be using is actually finished. The map we'll be using is not yet finished. And we're waiting for the map maker to finish it and get the link to us. Because we'll be testing it and playing it and breaking it and all that kind of stuff at the same time. Welcome back to Farming Kyle Hay. Did you enjoy whatever it is you left to go and do? So what I'm doing right now is I'm compacting the silage and check Facebook. I will actually I'll check it now, Dan. So see, I've got some messages and stuff on there. So I do apologize. You probably could have me a moron for making a video on this, I would imagine. Oh, thank you, Dan. Kind of surprised Landy hasn't... Thank you to the person who just liked the Facebook page as well. Encourage you guys to do it. Sometimes I will put up exclusive stuff on there. Need to get better at it. Nasewell? Not... not Nasewell, as far as I'm aware. Unless Sim hasn't told me about something. Which he would have at this point. When's my next stream? Right now. No, it's tomorrow. At 2 PM GMT. Weekend streams are 2 PM GMT because you guys don't have school. And you guys get a bit more stream from me as a result. So how close are we to the back there? So what I'm doing here is I'm gonna do some stupid things here. I'm gonna intentionally load this silage in wrong into the clamp. And the reason that I'm gonna do that is I want to see how far back the tip call actually goes and if it's working correctly. What type of PC do I have? I've got a custom built PC, Charlie. So if you put exclamation mark specs, you will actually see the specs of my PC. I built it myself. So what I do when I get a new PC or when I need a new PC, I don't think these tip calls are working. Now if these tip calls aren't working, that's something that that is fixable. Will require me to restart the game and restart the map, unfortunately. But it is better that I discover this is broken now than have it be broken in the finished version of the map. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just start piling more and more silage into this area. Am I doing multiplayer tomorrow? Yes. Cereal, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your morning tomorrow as well. You messaged me on Facebook, Pez. I will check it after the stream. Dan got his message right immediately because he's got my personal Facebook and I can actually check that. Yeah, tip calls are broken. So I would guess that's going to be the case. Come to think of it, does it have tip calls actually on the... I see the issue now. I see the issue. What has happened here is they're actually notifying tip calls. JD on my MP is 11 hours. That's kind of amazing. Okay, so that's a bit of a shame. Yeah, there's no tip calls. So I can't actually do silage on this map at the moment. Which means time to bring out the backup plan, which is actually going to require the... That can be turned off. The 8R. Can we see the plane? It sounds like it's actually close by. Where is it? It's a C-130. I can see it from here. It's a C-130. Am I actually going under the collisions here, I wonder? No. So I have to actually jump over the collisions, despite the fact that I'm under the map. Let's speed up a bit. So this is as close as I can get to the plane. It's as far down as I can go. It is a C-130. I'm just going to reset the camera here and go back over to the 8R. So this is something that I wouldn't advise you to do. 21 times speed. Because you just go flinging yourself around the map. At quite high speeds. You have seen as well that I actually flew over an entire field. Shift Q. Oh, I need to actually be at Shift Q. There we go. Reset the movement speed back to 1 times, so now it won't go flying. So, unfortunately, guys, I won't be able to finish the silage work today. There's no point in trying to do silage if there's no tip calls, quite frankly. It's a shame, but that's a risk you take. Yeah, it's a thing that happens in maps. Percy the plane. We're calling it Percy. 21 times speed looks like a time lapse. Yeah. It's quite fun if you need to get somewhere quickly. Because you can just literally fly across the map. Saw my real name? Oh. Don't particularly... It's an open secret what my real first name is. Don't say it in chat, because the mods will probably time you out, but it's an open secret. Hello, Jack Wilkinson. How are you doing today? How many likes is the stream on, guys? If it had fast forward added to it? Do you mean, because I actually need to do this anyway. Do you mean like this, Fahy? Going 15,000 times normal speed? Because it does have time fast forward. All you gotta do to get that to work, Faye, is tap 8 a buttload of times. Is that the way that I need to go? No, I need to go around this field here, so I need to go through down by the extra sheds. Hello, Ben Ray. 70 likes? We're 30 away from the goal of 100, and we've got 20 minutes left in the stream. Can we do it? Is it going to be possible? I will try and get a time lapse out for you guys on Monday, I think. So I'm going to intentionally time lapse one of the videos on Monday. Pez, there is no given way to start YouTube. The way you start YouTube is you start recording videos with OBS or Fraps or whatever, You edit them with Windows Movie Maker or whatever you can get your hands on. You put it up and you hope for the best. And then you start putting money in if you think it's going somewhere. I think my channel's going somewhere, so I put $165. I kid you not, $165 US. It does have time fast forward value. So I can actually get rid of that mod entirely. So let's do this the same way we were doing it yesterday, with the wheel and the joystick. There we go. Mike Murphy's calling for a like spike. Let's go for one. Let's try and hit the 100 in this like spike. I think a lot of the people watching have already liked the stream though, so that might not be possible. The Merlot, please, third person. I don't see what's wrong with the Merlot. I really don't. Oh, that's creepy. We've got the Headless Horseman driving the Merlot. Okay, yeah, I second the third person. Because that's actually creeped me out a bit. With the Headless Horseman driving it. There we go. Yeah, no. See ya, Hedgehog. Enjoy the rest of your day, dude. Hope it's a good one for you. Right, let's, Wuss? The dude has no head, Pedro. Either that or my head's supposed to be his head and I was floating off. That makes it twice as creepy. There is no way on Earth that is normal. What did I do to my loader driver? Apparently I've hired the Headless Horseman mic. Which is terrifying on about 6 different levels. This is the Aggro Grief. I've actually said it right. This is the Aggro Grief bucket. Not the Aggro Giraffe as I keep calling it. Although I wish it was called the Aggro Giraffe. Thank you, Mark. I will say, guys, if you are going to do a live stream yourselves, unless you're a mod, don't announce it. The only people that I will actively allow to do it is mods, so Mike, you have full permission to abuse that status. Farming Kyle Hayes gonna get timed out by Nightbot for spamming emotes. Is OBS hard to use? It's kind of difficult to learn, but it's easy to use. Once you learn it, it's very hard to forget it. Like, I use OBS and XSplit, so I actually kind of have to memorize 2 programs. Because XSplit I use for streaming and OBS I use specifically for video capture. And that reminds me, I need to figure out what's wrong with my OBS because it's not doing push to talk correctly. Yeah, Mark, you got overruled by Nightbot there, just FYI. YouTube only takes the most recent thing. OBS is simple. Well, yeah, like I said, Pedro, it's simple to use. The learning curve is quite difficult at times. And it's especially with OBS Classic. Steak, baked potato, and wedges. Oh, I'm jealous, Mike. Welcome back, NHF. It actually feels like I am driving a loader. This is kind of creepy. Yeah, myself and Sim walked Faye through setting up OBS. I think I was walking Sim through OBS at the same time. But it's quite a simple program to actually learn. If you've got somebody who knows it, they can teach you in about 5 minutes. If you don't know what you're doing, it takes maybe an hour. Pedro's having pizza. I don't even know what I'm having for dinner. Hopefully, well, probably something delicious. Kind of hoping for chili. I doubt it'll be chili, but I'm hoping that it'll be chili. Chili con carne would be quite nice today. Something to warm me up from the inside. Because it is quite a cold day here today. About 65. This might be the last trailer of potatoes to go into storage. There we go. I forgot to turn off creative money, didn't I? Let's turn that off right now. Yeah, YouTube is your friend when you're trying to learn stuff. And Google. Like, seriously, when people ask me questions about usually GE, my go-to answer is Google it. Because sometimes I don't know. And the way that I learn stuff in GE is I Google how to X in Giant's Editor. Like splines. When I was learning splines for a script that I'm using in G, I legitimately, 100% legitimately, and you know, not just making this up to advertise or whatever, Googled it. How to do splines in GE. Found a tutorial on FSUK almost immediately. Followed that and was like, oh, that's disturbingly simple. I should probably have known that in the first place. And yeah, you're more than likely going to remember it if you actually Google it, because you're following a text tutorial. Seems to be the way that I learn the best, is like, just, creative money is still on. Because I hit back instead of OK. Hello, Samboyd Farming. We've got about, what, 13 minutes left in the stream today, guys. Just as a bit of a time check, it is 6:47 PM. Going until 7 PM GMT. That was turned the wrong way. There we go. But the best way to learn anything is just to, if you can't figure it out immediately, Google for tutorial. Don't ever follow a video tutorial. In my experience. But that's the way that I learn. Pedro has said he learns by seeing, so he'll follow the video tutorials. I learn by doing. So if I follow a video tutorial, I'll just do it blindly. If I follow a text tutorial, I will kind of look at it and say, oh, so if X is that, you know, if I do this to this, then this will happen, but then if I do the other thing over there, it'll work perfectly. Massey Lover is on the server at the moment. What do I think Giant's Editor will be like in 20 years' time? Hopefully easy to use. Either that or non-existent, because Farm Sim will be long dead as a series. There we go. And Lol King LP, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Rainbow Deb Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. Let's get this down. Let's get the Merlot over to the storage yard. Just put that throttle quadrant forward. There we go. So Merlot can go over to the storage yard because we'll be using it over there anyway. We may well cheat a tad and get a wheel loader over there, but we're going to have the Merlot over there just for smaller loads. And we'll then bring the potatoes over, load up the last, or unload the last bit, and then start moving the Tektron. Actually, do you know what? Once we get the potatoes unloaded, we will swap into the combine, bring that to a field. Farms will just be flying tractors and stuff in 20 years. I think in about within 20 years we'll see a lot of farms going fully automated, where it's just like 2 people running all the equipment and a mechanic. Maybe a programmer or something. Where did I get the deer? The 8R is on Mod Hoster. Anyone after me? I think VF is streaming at... Well, VF is streaming at about 8:30. I think Landy's going to try if his computer works today, because his desktop's been giving him issues. So it might be a full night tonight, Mike. Because I think Chris is planning on streaming as well tonight. So we land until... I don't know actually when Landy's going to start. I'm having fun with the internet. Yeah, why not? I was wondering how long until somebody realised that. He's starting in 10 minutes. Is he, Massey? Hey, whoa. I think Landy might go until 9, then VF after that. I'm just going to do some donuts. Can't confirm we're low as good at donuts. VF is streaming as well, and Chris the Irish Gamer will be on tonight, I believe. So let's grab the D8R. Curve it all up. We won't bring the Tektron back just yet, because that's going to be a pain to bring back. There we go. The only reason Landy was streaming at 7, guys, was because he was in Canada and it was actually mid-afternoon for him. I think he usually streams like 9 to 11. I think. I get the distinct feeling this isn't the cartomizer I'm supposed to be using. Because it's got... For those of you that vape, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's got the distinctly burnt taste of a dead cartomizer. And for those of you who don't know, the cartridge on top of the e-cig is called a cartomizer. When it is basically used up, it tastes burnt. How did I manage this? How exactly am I stuck here? I have to go to wireframe mode to see what's going on. Oh my god, I'm stuck on that little bit there. Chainsaw, come to my aid. Let's get this geo. We'll cut it. There-ish. Is your evening entertainment sorted? Same here. There we go. That should be the 8-hour free now. Yes, it is. Boop. Beep. There we go. So it was stuck on a teeny tiny little twiglet. What's the difference between a vape and an e-cig? The way you spell it and pronounce it, basically. They're the same thing. Vaping is... Or a vape is an inhalation of an e-cigarette. How screwed up is my steering at the moment? That is straight, okay. Hello, Seamus McLaughlin, Paddy942. Mr. Linton has returned from the tea table. See you, NHF. Same time as always. What? Dan, you know what my memory's like. You know that I forget everything. I can forget things that I've said 5 minutes ago and be convinced that I never said them. So, in videos, if you ever hear me repeating myself 6 or 7 times, it's because I've genuinely forgotten that I've said something. Then I've forgotten that I said it twice. and then 3 times, and then 4 times, and then 5 times, and then 6 times. I forget things all the time. In fact, it's a miracle that I even remember the time of my own streams, to be quite honest. Although I did... Full disclosure, I had to ask Sim yesterday, I think it was, what time my stream was supposed to start. Or was it was either yesterday or Wednesday. I had to ask him what time my stream starts. Because I was in-game doing some stuff. And I'd forgotten what time I usually stream at. Despite the fact that I do this pretty much every day, I've forgotten the time of my own streams. This button? No, it's this button. The funny thing is I don't even drink. I do some unhealthy stuff, but I don't actually drink or do drugs or anything like that. I vape, and that's about as close as I get to it. Yeah, that's the most unhealthy thing I do, and it's less unhealthy than other things I could do. Right. So, looking here, tip calls here work. I can't actually... Oh, it's F5 I need for tip calls, isn't it? Oh, he's painted the tip calls, I think. Has he painted the tip calls? These look like they're painted. These look like painted tip calls. Yep, they're painted. I can see it there. These are painted tip calls. Interesting. So that would explain why I'm Pioneer. Not really. Just do it by choice. I'm not putting any sort of label on myself for it. Just I don't personally see the point of it. Let's get the extra flow 9230 out. Is it going through? Nope. That wasn't going through any walls, so that is behaving. It's just the silage pits appear to be a bit borked. Get out of the way now. Fast track. So let's grab the harvester header. Perfect. Ben Ray, you might as well not come back because we'll be finishing in a moment. I'm just preparing for the next job, which is going to be harvesting. It's just a case of getting the header attached to the back of the combine and the combine over to a field-ish area. There we go. What's the difference between painted tip calls and the other thing? The normal tip calls. Painted tip calls are on the ground. They tend to be a bit more robust than the see you, Mike. Endure it. So the difference between painted tip calls and the... I'm going to call them model tip calls. They're both a pain. The painted ones are usually for doing large areas. They tend to be a bit more robust though, I've noticed. They tend to not break as easily. Whereas the model tip calls have a habit of breaking quite a lot. And they have a habit of being a bit fussy. And I think I might actually be stuck in the gate here. Nope, never mind. So this is a pain to get around the map because this is genuinely too big for the map. I'm not gonna lie, this harvester is far too big for this map. And the reason that I'm using it is for the same reason I'm using the big M. Because it makes things go quicker. Oh good lord, that's the entrance to the field? I'm never gonna get this thing through. Okay. Come on. They both don't work for me. That's because it's you, Pedro. Kian, you didn't need to delete that message. I saw what the message was. Landy is going live at 7. Thank you, Epic Ben, for letting me know. Kian, yeah. their job is to stop the tip piles from going through walls, but they usually don't work. Is there a better entrance to this field somewhere? Instead of me just... Oh no. How did I do that? I've managed to screw up so badly that I've managed to get the header to go entirely through a fence. Robert Gaming, hello. Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Rainbow Days Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. We have a problem. There is a problem. Hello, Paddle. We have a problem. Harvester is stuck. Oh, hang on. I may have actually solved my earlier... No, that's... Why is this music so fitting? Landy's just gone live? So I'm going to end the stream here, guys. Head on over to Landy Kid. He's just gone live. I will see you guys tomorrow for multiplayer. Until then, I've been Rainbow Dave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Selby Farm Estates. Hope you enjoyed the map. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hit the like button on your way out. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.